Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Radke Show. I'm Melissa Radke, and this is David, my husband, and it is Friday. And for that, we could not be more grateful. Mm-hmm. It looks like an insane asylum has been renting out, like they have been Airbnb-ing this house. It is a shambles, okay? Don't you think? It's disgusting in there.
I know I always have these kind of weird questions. What exactly is a shambles?
It's all falling apart. It's what our kitchen looks like right now. It's just a complete and utter mess.
Disarray.
And it makes me in disarray, okay? I'm an Enneagram 7. I'm already spinning like a top most of my life. I need some structure, and this house needs to be tidy. And ain't nobody helping me with it. I didn't get on here to complain this morning, but I did get on here to complain about some things. No, happy Friday, everybody. Really glad that you guys are with us this morning. I don't know if you watched the news today, but if you did, then maybe you heard about my Styes.
It was everywhere. I mean, it was...
Savannah, Hoda, none of them could stop talking about it.
I heard I didn't get on there in time, but Michael Strahan sent me a text going,
how is she?
What's up with the Styes?
How is she? Y'all, I have a sty in my right eye, and it hurts so bad. It hurts when I close my eye and when I open my eye. And I got online last night, I Googled it, and what to do, which I know what to do. Rocco used to get them bad when he was really little, and the doctor told us you go and you get Johnson & Johnson No More Tears shampoo, and you literally put it in your eye and you wash it really good a couple of times a day with that. You won't cry, it doesn't burn, but it is exactly what it's good, and it's soft and it's gentle.
You know what it is? It's what the doctor ordered.
It's what the doctor ordered. That's good. That's a good dad joke. That's a good dad joke. So anyway, but I don't have any Johnson & Johnson No More Tears shampoo. Okay? So I said, well, maybe a hot compress would work. But no, Google doesn't suggest you get a hot compress for your eye because a wet washcloth only stays hot for so long. Welcome to the magic. Okay? Now, let me tell you why this is working. This is a sock, and I have tied it up, and I have filled it, you see, with rice. And then I stick it in the microwave for 30 to 40, and then I take it, and I put it on my eye like this. See, I have on no eye makeup because you're not supposed to wear any eye makeup. And I put it on my eye like this. And you know what this reminds me of? In 2020, when we were in a pandemic, and my little bitty cousin Liam, he graduated from pre-K. He was going into kindergarten, and they couldn't have a pre-K graduation for him. They just lined them up outside with their little caps and gowns, and then people had to just drive through the parking lot and look at them and wave. But my granny wanted to give Liam a gift, so she took a sock, not a clean one like this, a dirty one, and she put probably $3 of quarters in a sock, and then she tied it up. And then punchline, David. What? Get to the punchline. They drove through, and my Aunt Melba rolled down my granny's window so she could wave. Melba had no idea this was going to happen. My granny went like this, "Congratulations, Liam." And then she threw a sock full of quarters at him. Okay? Liam began to cry, and the graduation was over.
But it was from her heart, though. She didn't mean to be disabling of his small children.
Or did she? She's passed now. I hope I see her in heaven. I said I hope. So yeah, this is what I'm doing for my Styes. And you put rice in here, and then you can heat it up and you keep it warm, and it's like a warm compress.
I don't know what morning show you have watched in the past. Maybe you go back as far as Regis and Kathy Lee.
That's going back.
Maybe you're a little more recent, like the Ryan and Kelly. Now it's Kelly and
her husband.
Kelly and Mark or something. Mm-hmm. Maybe you're a Today Show or Good Morning America or another show. But I don't feel like any of those shows have ever had a better description of a sty in your eye. So
That guy's a Styes because it used to be a Fisher and Matisher. Okay.
So,
It's a Styes.
you're welcome. I can hear. Yeah, you hear them. You hear. Yes, you're welcome. We can hear your applause. We can hear your thanks.
You put me on live
see
in your studio audience and kill. Okay, I kill. First of all, honestly, y'all, I'm going to tell y'all about my ailments from rooter to tutor. Okay, from rooter to tutor. I got no problem. I'm not modest. I want to tell y'all about my problems. And you've sat with me through some pretty hardcore things.
Some pretty hardcore things.
2 hemorrhoid surgeries, an anal fissure, and now a sty in my eye. You're probably wondering what's happening to me. I feel like I'm breaking down. I'm breaking down.
You misunderstood, when Luda said, break it down. You thought, oh, I'm supposed to break this down. Mm-hmm. You misunderstood. It was just, he was really more talking about like going to the bridge.
David, you're the whitest man I've ever known. Don't move like that again. You're the whitest man I've ever known.
Break it down.
Okay, first of all, and don't call him Luda. Call him Ludacris. Okay.
He actually asked me. I actually tried to call him Mr. Ludacris, and he goes, "Don't call me Mr. Ludacris." And I said, "Okay, Ludacris." He goes, "No, that doesn't go. Just call me Luda." We tie it like that.
I don't like it when you try to be something you're not. Okay. All right. So that's my style story, and I'm sticking to it.
If there is one thing I am, it is Luda's friend.
Oh my. Okay, that's my style story. That's all I got for you. I can't put no eye makeup on it. I look horrible today.
Excuse me. That's something else. Hey, I am amazed that even with your style problems, that you, first and foremost, for clarity, you washed your hands very thoroughly and you fixed an incredible creamy chicken noodle soup last night. That was very good.
Hated the, here's the deal. So I have a girlfriend who I'm very close to and I love dearly, dearly, dearly. And her dad is suffering with cancer and it's really gotten very bad. So he began some intensive chemo treatments yesterday. And so people are taking him some meals and I signed up to take him a meal. I've never even spoken to him. Okay.
But you love her.
But I love her.
Not crazy about her husband.
Don't care for him very much.
I love her.
But the dad seems wonderful. And I love her. Husband, again, love her. Husband. Anyway, I made some creamy chicken noodle soup and I made enough. I thought I was making enough for David and me and Remy. God knows Rocco's not going to eat it. It's got something green and orange in it. He's never going to touch it.
If it is not cooked to medium rare.
That's right, with a side of potato.
Or double dipped in buttermilk and flour and fried, he's not into it. So
I thought I made enough. Apparently I did not make enough for my patient and us. I made enough for my patient and us and my mother-in-law, and then any of maybe the Tennessee Titans who might need a meal. I mean, I made enough for an army of people. My ratios are off. They're off, y'all. Okay? And so I made so much, but y'all, it turned out good. And this is what happens when you debone a chicken. Okay?
The meat
this is what happens.
Coming.
This is what happens when you cook a whole fryer. It's just so good, and the chicken broth is so good. So I made some for him, and I sent it over with. Y'all think that was rude? So it's just him and his wife. I didn't make it for my friend and her family. I made it for the dad, and it's just him and his wife. And I sent him a Tupperware dish like this, full of chicken noodle soup. And then I sent 2. Tell me if this is bad. I sent 2 sleeves of crackers. You know, if you buy saltines and you open them up, there's 4 sleeves of crackers. I kept 2 and I sent them 2. Is that tacky?
I don't think so. They were sealed. I mean, they were closed.
One of them was.
You did not send an open sleeve.
Listen to me. I sent an open sleeve, but like 3 were missing. That is it.
It didn't matter. It was open.
Is that bad?
Yes.
You can't send an open sleeve of crackers to somebody?
Not to somebody like that. If it was like one of our close friends. Or...
Y'all! Now you know me ain't better than that. I did not send an open sleeve of crackers to somebody.
Well, why did you say you did? I asked you.
Because it disappoints me that you would think that I would. Okay, I did not.
I did not think that you would have done that. That being said, you do come from people that would do that.
Oh, 100%. Oh, 100%. My granny would have taken out half a sleeve and stuffed it with some ham and sent it. But no, I just was wondering if it was tacky that I sent 2 sleeves of crackers. I wanted to send a loaf of French bread, but it was raining. I didn't want to get out. So I just sent 2 sleeves of crackers. Everybody's saying, no, that's totally fine.
Well, let me say this too. With him being on chemo and his, stomach sensitivities and all that kind of stuff, I think the crackers will come in more handy and last longer than the French bread.
Too.
So I do think that was...
Do too. And don't think that I didn't think that through, because I did. But Whitney said, oh my gosh, he was able to eat it. And I think his throat's like really, really raw. But she said, oh, he was able to eat it, Melissa. He said it was absolutely incredible. And it really did taste good. So I'll share the recipe with y'all. I'm kidding. You're never going to get that recipe from me. Why would I share it with y'all? If I found something that's good, I'm going to keep it for myself. So people ask me for it.
If you're looking for a good chicken recipe, chicken soup recipe, I don't know where to find it, but I know where you can find good chicken noodle soup if you can't get Melissa's.
Where?
Have you been to Costco?
Costco. I even said to David, before I go in here and make this chicken noodle soup, I'm just going to tell you right now, I'm about to run to Costco. David's like, that's an hour and 45 minutes away. But it's that good.
That's good. And I believe they make it with rotisserie chicken.
They make it with their rotisserie chicken. It's big old chunks of breast meat and then these homemade little dough strips. It's so, 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 so good. It gives me chills just thinking about it.
It is good enough that when we go to Costco, we don't have one here. We have a Sam's here we frequent very often. But when we go to Costco, we'll get at least 1, sometimes 2 around this time of year.
Because we're sick.
And freeze them, and they're good that way too. So
people are saying in the comments, so you won't share the recipe so that people will ask you for the recipe and you won't share it. I'm not sharing the recipe so that people will say, oh, I love your chicken, it was creamy, by the way, creamy. Your creamy chicken noodle soup. I wish you'd give me the recipe. And then I'm going to be like, girl, I'm not going to give you the recipe. I'll just make it for you. And then they'll be like, oh, you would make it for me? And then I make it for them. And then they're like, Melissa, it's so good. And then I get more praise that way. You know what I'm saying? You know how in scripture it says, don't let your left hand know what your right hand's doing?
Oh, she all like this.
I don't know that that applies to me.
You sound like Remy for most things. I don't want to go to this event. I don't want to, have anything to do with it really, but I want to be asked.
Right.
So I can say no and feel wanted, although I have no desire to go. And don't mind if I hurt the person's feeling that I say no to.
I support that decision. So anyways, we had cream. Yeah, I didn't tell you guys. Some of y'all are like, oh, it's creamy. Yes, it's creamy. So, like when I was sauteing the onions and the celery and the carrots, I put in, so after they'd sauteed, I put in flour, right? Kind of made like a little paste. Then you're going to add your chicken broth. And then you add milk. But I didn't add milk when I could add half and half. So it was really, really good. That said, tonight is David's date night.
Oh, I thought it was tomorrow night. I thought she picked Saturday.
Oh, is it tomorrow night? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's your night, and I hope that you have collected your quarters like Granny in a dirty sock, because that girl can eat. I'm just going to tell you that girl can eat. You're going to take her out, and she's going to pick one of 2 places. She's either going to pick Sake, in which case she'll get sushi, or she's going to pick Red Lobster. If she picks Sake, know that you're going to be at about $13. If she picks Red Lobster, you're going to be at about $43. Okay? So you can maybe steer her in one direction.
Would it be bad for me to dine and dash and leave my daughter there with the bill?
Yes. Also, I noticed the other day on the comments that someone said, oh, David's going to go take Remy to go see Five Nights at Freddy's. And it's actually showing on Peacock. So I looked it up, and it is.
What?
Y'all, listen to this. What's Pop Culture Friday? We might as well tell them. Five Nights at Freddy's, which looks like a Academy Award winner, if I've ever seen one, is not only coming out in the theaters, it is on Peacock today I say for free, if you have Peacock.
Simultaneously, huh?
Simultaneously, they're entertaining us in our homes and in the theaters. But I looked at like the theaters to see what show times we're playing. Y'all, they have it. It's like playing at 3, 4:15, 5:30, 6, 7:45, 8. I mean, it's like they're expecting teenagers to like come out in droves.
Well,
for
what's
this.
the boy in it? Because doesn't everybody like that boy?
The boy in it was the one in the Hunger Games.
Yeah.
Short one. PETA. Anyway, so
and kids have been asking their parents to take them to a Chuck E. Cheese where these animatronics torture them their entire lives. So this comes very naturally.
I said to Remy, hey, Remy, I'm such a mouth. Sometimes I just say things just to hear myself say.
You're a delight, is what you are.
I am. I said to Remy, I said, hey, Dad's not taking you to the movie to see Five Nights at Freddy's when you can watch it at home for free. And she said, what? And I told her it was on Peacock. And she goes, I have no problem coming home to watch that movie. You can't be here and Rocco can't be here. Not even back in your room with the door closed. I want just me and Dad, just us, in the house, sitting in the living room, watching the movie. Okay? And Dad has to take me to the movies and buy me popcorn and candy. But then we can come home and watch it. I have no problem with that. But he's got to buy me the real popcorn. He's got to buy me candy and a drink. We'll come home and I don't want anybody here. So my question for you is, would you do that?
No, I thought I was going to have to go to the movies anyway and pay full price for popcorn. And
David, that is dumb because a ticket is $9. Might even be more.
You don't think she'll let me take her like right after school when it's matinee?
David, you're telling me you would rather pay to just sit in a seat? That's dumb. No, sir, you're not going to do that.
Yeah, because I pay $9. If you and Rocco get out of the house, there is no telling where you're going and how much money you're spending. So yeah, it's a
That's true. Rocco and I are like, okay, what are we going to do, Rocco? And he's like, well, I want some tennis shoes. And I'm like, Rocco came in the room last night and he said, hey, Mom, can you check your phone? I've sent you an invite. I said, oh, to what? And he said, to be my guardian on Cash App. And I said, I don't want to. And he said, no, for real, pick up your phone. I said, I don't want to. I don't want to accept your invite. And he said, please. I said, no, it comes with things. Being your, if life has taught me anything, son, it's that being your guardian comes with things. And I don't want to ask Dad to be your guardian on Cash App. And he went just like this. He went, because he knows I give money freely. Yes, you can have this and you can have that. And David's like, you know what? Let me give it out my Excel spreadsheet, see how much you spent last month. Isn't that true? Oh, I got toothache. I had a toothache, y'all. It's throbbing down here. What's going on? I must have sin in my life. David, let's pray. David, let's pray. I've got a sty in my eye and a fissure in my butt. I got a dead tooth. I've already got a dead tooth. Now it's acting up. Going to Staples with Rocco tonight. That's where he would choose to go on a date night with me. That's where he would choose to go.
He's a weird little fella.
He would choose to go to Chick-fil-A. Bless his heart. He eats like an 8-year-old. He would choose to go to Chick-fil-A and he would choose to go to Office Depot. 100%. With a little side journey to a Nike store. There's a hair here. Oh God, what if I'm just seeing it?
No hair. You're completely bald.
Dear God. All right. Today is Pop Culture Friday. Take it away. I'm just talking.
Today is Pop Culture Friday, where we get to talk about all the incredible books and podcasts and movies and television shows that we are watching or rumored to hear about. So let's start with TV. We've started a couple of new ones. We're not very far in, but these are both on MGM Plus, right?
Yes.
Which we had not.
No. The first one that we're going to talk about is on Apple TV.
Oh, we talked about the other one on MGM Plus last week on From. But we started, while we're on MGM Plus, we started a new one. Just saw the first episode called Billy the Kid.
Has anybody watched?
Has anybody watched Billy the Kid?
Billy the Kid?
MGM Plus.
We like it.
It was good. The very first one was good.
Billy be cute. Billy be deadly.
You're talking about Billy Young, Billy older?
Billy. I'm not going to sit on a live YouTube show and talk about how Billy be cute. He's a little boy.
Why? Kids can be cute. Oh, you're talking about the way you said it? Billy be cute. Billy be real cute.
Billy be cute. Oh, Billy or little Billy? Little 7-year-old Billy. Billy be cute.
Well, you already got sin in your life. I don't have a... the first episode I thought was very good, backstory and kind of where he's coming from and all that kind of good stuff. So I thought it was good. So
Roberry's on here today, and I'm talking to her because she wrapped herself in what appeared to be wrapping paper. Paisley wrapping paper. I couldn't tell what it was. Okay. All I know is the girl was trying. She was trying, and I'm going to let her out of Radke jail because she was trying. She wrapped herself in paisley. You be mean to me on here, you're in jail, and you'll never be acknowledged. Okay? I spit on your grave. But you're out of jail. Hey, Billy the Kid. Seriously, it's a Western, and it's already had a season 2. It's been picked up for season 3. And it's a pretty, the reviews and stuff say it's a pretty grand kind of epic Western. And I like that kind, I loved 1833. Remember how much I loved that one? So it's called Billy the Kid on MGM Plus. It's really good. So look into that. But the other one that I wanted to start, because Dave and I think y'all know, we've kind of wrapped up some shows that we've been watching lately. We wanted to start something. I wanted to choose something that's very different. And I had a buddy of mine tell me that this show was good. It's on Apple TV, and it's called Invasion. It is a show about an alien invasion and 5 different lives that are affected by it. So what we've got is we've got a guy in the military, we've got a little boy in England, we've got a family in America, that kind of thing. So how it affects all of these different lives. And we are on episode 4, and I am all into it.
Oh, I didn't know you'd watch that many. I thought I'd just seen 2 or...
We finished 3, so we're on episode 4.
Oh, okay.
And I like it. Okay, the older I get, the more I kind of branch out into some sci-fi stuff. David, I don't know. He's on his computer the whole time like this. Like he'll look up and he'll be like this.
I'm not a big sci-fi fan. However, the first 3 hadn't been like sci-fi heavy. Like what's kind of happening and coming and those kind of things. So it's been good to this point for me. But
okay.
If it goes too technically speaking, I don't like it.
Is that because you assume that if there are aliens, they have tentacles? You just assume that? You don't assume that they look like us? Or can I ask you guys a question?
This is what I think.
Yeah. It's much shorter than you. Hey, everybody gets an alien with normal tentacles. This will be mine.
The sty in my eye causes this tentacle to grow shorter.
Shut up, David. Can I ask y'all a question? Do y'all think that there really is life out there? I'll see. We're going to get some YouTube views, David. We're going to get some YouTube views. We have just called out. It's like a siren song. It's a mating call for nerds who live in their parents' basement.
All of a sudden, they went like this. They went, why do I feel like I have to look at the Radke Show?
But I'm being honest. Do y'all think that there is? Because I have, just yes or no. Because I have asked some people who I really think have smarts and are legit people in my life. And they say yes. And then I think I can't ever hang out with you again.
Yes, there is.
Yes, probably. Indeed there is. Probably. Y'all, surely you don't really think that.
Wow.
Maybe, probably yes. Y'all, Okay.
You're asking the age.
You're not saying that you think there is.
You're asking the age-old question, though. Is there life out there?
You don't even know one single word after that line.
That's all, literally, I know. I think there is a great possibility that there is something out there. Is it anything like we have seen in movies and television? Can't tell you any of that, but.
David Von Radke, born of the Radkes, born in Dallas, weighed in at an alarmingly large rate. You're telling me that you think there is life on another planet and it was never written about in God's word? What about that, David?
Well, I don't know this for sure, but I think...
We're calling Jeremy.
I think God's...
We are calling Jeremy.
I think God's word is...
sharper than any two-edged sword is what I know about it.
It talks about the creation. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if it would be included in that, or it's included in...
Why does he never answer my calls?
Because he knows it's you.
It makes me so mad. That makes me so mad. You know what I'm just going to do? I'm just going to keep calling about till he answers.
I also don't think that he, probably wants to make a public theological stand on.
Jeremy, I didn't want to do this, but I'm about to text you 911.
No, you can't.
Everything is fine, but I do have a very 911 question to ask you really quickly.
No, she does not.
Do you believe that there are aliens, yes or no? He hung up on me. Do you need anything? I said, are there aliens, yes or no? And I just heard this.
And then in his very important meeting, he went, idiot.
But he saw me call back twice, so now I know what the key is to continually call back. That was, by the way, if you were wondering who that is my bestie and my pastor. Mm-hmm. Okay? Other than this is my bestie. What were we talking about? Oh, yeah, pop culture. Okay, moving on. We've told you about Invasion. We've told you about Billy the Kid. I want to say quickly about podcasts. I mentioned last week the podcast Happily Never After, and I'm so glad that a couple of you went and watched it. I got your emails about it, or you mentioned it on the app. I'm so glad that you went and watched it, and I noticed that y'all were like, what the what? And because you did what I said. Don't look the people up until after. Okay, because I'm going to tell y'all something. They don't look like you would think they would look, but it's crazy. If you are going to be in your car, it's like an hour and 12 minutes. I sent it to Janet the other day because she was driving to Dallas. So I sent it to her and she wrote me back and she's like, that was not what I expected. It was so good. And it's a true story and it probably happened in Florida. I don't know for sure, but I'm betting. And so check it out. Happily Never After. It's actually a 2020. So just type in 2020 and that's what's going to come up on podcast.
Why did you say it happened in Florida? Are they like in the Everglades or what?
Oh no, it's just murder.
Alligators.
Murder and weird people. I just assumed it was Florida. Oh. Okay. And then the other thing is, as far as books go, I'm still reading School for Good Mothers. That just gets creepier and creepier. But just as a reminder, if you have read the book Saving Noah, I invite you to come be a part next Tuesday night, November the 2nd.
That'd be next Thursday.
Next Thursday, thank you. Next Thursday night, November the 2nd, we are going to discuss it. Guys, this will not be a long book meeting, okay? And long reading, Radke reading glasses. It will not be long. We'll be there like 30, 40 minutes.
Okay, so for clarity, and everybody's invited, this is on the Melissa Radke app. Mm-hmm. And if you're not already on the Melissa Radke app,
get on it.
You can actually use the link below. We'd love to have you as our guest for a month, and you can be a part of that. So that link is
everybody's invited. So get on there. I don't want to discuss Saving Noah by Lucinda Berry. I don't want to discuss it here. Nobody write your feelings here. Nobody tell what you thought here. Nobody say you're appalled here. Save it for that night. There's going to be a lot to discuss. I can promise you that. And I have seen some of y'all even kind of start to do whisperings about it. No, don't. And also finish the dadgum book. finish the book, okay? Get to the end because there's still a little twist at the end. So get all the way through it. Saving Noah is the book that I wanted to just mention that. You're invited Thursday, November the 2nd. I believe it's at 6:00. Okay. And then lastly, we're going to talk about movies really quickly. As you know, we hated With a Passion, Killer of the Flower, Osage Nation Moon.
No. Don't we did not hate it. I actually thought it was a very good movie.
I thought it was watching a history lesson.
I thought it was very well shot, incredibly acted. I do think it was a little too long.
Should have got history credit from masters, which my master, y'all know I'm so close. But anyway, I hated it. But there are two that I want to tell you about. The first one, I guess I put it under movies, but I don't know that I would really consider it a movie. It's on HBO Max, and it's one of their documentaries. I'm a super huge fan of HBO documentaries. There's one that I want to watch right now called The Savior. Looks really, really good. But this one is called Burden of Proof. Burden of Proof. One of the reasons why I like it is because it's only 4 episodes. Each are an hour, okay? So you can finish it in one evening. It's just a for 4 hours. Anybody who goes to watch Killer of the Osage Moon, that's who. Burden of Proof. It's a true story. And I will say this, it did take a little bit of a turn for me, but it doesn't get worked out. And I just need you to know that. It does not get worked out. And I have noticed that people get really mad if you don't tell them that ahead of time, because some people refuse to watch a documentary if they don't get closure at the end, and you don't. But it's really interesting. It got a really good review in People magazine, which is why I ended up watching it. And so it's a good one. But the next movie we want to tell you about, we came across last weekend. It just came out on Amazon Prime. I'll let David tell you about it. It was wonderful.
So this is a new movie with Tommy Lee Jones and
Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx. I was about to say Jamie Lee Foxx. Jamie Foxx, called The Burial. It is based off of a true story. Is it also Amazon Prime?
It's Amazon Prime.
It's also Amazon Prime.
I don't know why you're saying also, but it is Amazon Prime.
Oh, The Burden of Proof is on HBO. Yeah. Okay, HBO. And The Burial is on Amazon Prime. A very, very good movie. Really good. A little bit of funny. I mean, it's not a comedy by any means, but a little bit of funny just because of, those guys. Great story. Really cool relationship. I thought it was very... And
it's a true story. It's a true story. I actually, the entire time I was watching it, was thinking my parents would love this movie. My parents would love this. Come to find out, we went to lunch for my brother's birthday, and my dad is sitting beside me, and he goes, "Your mom and I watched the best movie this weekend." And I said, "I've got a movie to tell you about." He said, "It's called The Burial." So they had already watched it, and he loved it. So if you are, I don't know, our age and older, I mean, it's not going to be no teen flick. You know, Remy's not clamoring to see it.
We've got several people saying, loved it. I loved it. Loved The Burial. It's true story. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So thank you guys for liking this. This is actually an Adidas shirt. You can get it at Adidas online. And it's, but I will tell you this. Let me see if I can show y'all. I didn't know it when I bought it. It's cropped. So it comes to here. I can't show you.
But I wouldn't say it's crop. I mean,
let me get my Apple box. Y'all didn't know this. This is some behind the scenes for you. I have to have an Apple box at my feet because my legs aren't long enough. So it's a crop shirt, which I hate, but that's okay because I have on some Adidas pants and they are so huge that I have them pulled up to here. Yeah. So the Adidas pants, I should have ordered like 2 sizes down, not because I'm a tiny little thing, that's for sure, but because they run so big. So, I have them pulled up, but this is a crop shirt. That's the only thing I hate about it.
Do we have a link that I could put in the?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
But you can find it on their website. All right. Where was Happily Never After? That's on a podcast it's a 2020 podcast. Look up 2020 and then scroll through till you see Happily Never After. All right. That's it for us today. Of course, there's a golden moment, so stay tuned for that. Otherwise, have a wonderful weekend. Be safe. We'll see you on Monday.
Bye, guys.
We've been talking about the kind of people to be around and the kind of people to avoid. And here's one. Choose to be around people who cheer you on. I know in my life right now, I have someone who would be happier for me if something happened to me, that she'd be happier for me than she would be for her own self. That is life-giving. That's uplifting. I also have people that would never cheer for me, ever. Okay? You know the people. Make a wise decision. I love you.